Hey, welcome back to Renee's Ways. I don't know if you know, but this is a channel in which you can follow me on my journey as an au pair in America right now. So as you've read in the title, like either up here or down here if you're on your computer, I'm going to be talking about my travel month today. So if you don't know what the travel month is, that is something that the government gives you when you come here as an au pair. I don't know what other exceptions there are, but for me, au pair is what I am under a J1 visa. This month comes after the period of time that's on your visa. So during this month, you can travel and spend money that you've earned still in the US. So I think that is kind of what it's for, so that you will like spend your dollars in the US. I have no legal background. I'm not sure if that's true. That's just what I'm thinking is happening here. But yeah, so let's talk about my travel month and my plans for now that I have made in January. So yeah, it's January and that means it's a new year, which means a lot of new things that people are going to start working on. Maybe you do a whole cleaning of your house, maybe you clean up your devices, your computer, like I usually do, or you have to start planning for something big, like me, which is my travel month, which means that in less than 6 months, I'll be traveling back home. So I kind of had to get my act together and just figure out what I'm gonna do in the last month of my stay in the USA. So as an au pair, the government grants you some time after your stay to travel and expand your knowledge of the US and see more things. I just think, like I said before, that this is a way to keep money flowing, but hey, I want to grab this opportunity with both hands, so who am I to judge? This is the fun after working for almost 2 years. People have asked me lots of times where I would be going in my travel month because this is such a big thing for au pairs. But originally, I honestly had no idea. I just kept saying that I wanted to go to the West Coast because I've stayed on the East Coast for all the time that I've been here. So I wanted to see what cities were like on the West Coast and if it looked different. It's probably sometimes also a little warmer in the big cities that you'll find there. I just wanted to experience that, but I didn't know what cities I would be going to specifically, just that I wanted to go to the West Coast. A big thing is also, are you able to afford to go to multiple cities? Because that would be great as well. America's big cities are expensive. I have been saving up and I'm still saving. So I think I will be able to spend some more money on that because I'm like saving my money wisely. But the good thing would be that if you had a friend who would travel with you so that you have to pay less because you stay together and go together. Now, most of the time as an au pair that went some years ago when COVID wasn't a thing yet, I'm sorry, you can't get away from COVID in this video. I'm sorry about that. But you would have gone to training school, at least if you're with my agency in New York. So you would have come with people that would have had their training school like at the same time with you. So they would also finish their stay at the same time. So if you would have made great friends at that time that went to different places in the US, you would have been able to travel together with them. I unfortunately wasn't that lucky because I came here in the middle of the pandemic on an exception visa. But around my birthday last year, I made this great friend who unfortunately had to move away a few months ago because of her extension with a different family. But because of her extension, she is having her travel month like around the same time. We have a difference of a week, but around the same time as I have. So I finally was like, yes, I at least know that I have this one friend who I'm going to be traveling with. So like, check one. That has been done. So we called in the beginning of January and just talked about what the times could be, what the flights could be, what are places that we both would like to visit. I was saying that I would like to go to San Francisco because my other au pair friend has been there, and she was so excited that I was like, I want to go see San Francisco. So I told her that, and she was like, okay, well, I really want to go to Honolulu again on Hawaii. And I was like, whoa, I haven't even thought about Hawaii as being a possibility, but that would be so great. And I'm like, isn't that really expensive? And she's like, it's kind of the same as if you would go to different cities. So like, that's why we looked into flights. And she was right. And on the other hand, I have saved up the money already for the flights. So like, whatever I'm saving now is going to be for my stay and my activities and food and my time. So my time's still here in the US. So I can afford it, you know, so why not, right? So we start looking into our possibilities and we're getting excited. And she has been to Honolulu before on her vacation. So she also kind of knows the way already, which is great. And then we realized that most of the flights that go from the East Coast, where we are, to the West Coast to then go to Honolulu, go via San Francisco. How perfect is that? So either we can go to San Francisco directly, like during the week, then be there from like Monday to Thursday. So we have 2 whole days and some time after and before flying, and then fly before the weekend to Honolulu so that it's cheaper, because flying on the weekend is always more expensive, of course. And then we could stay on Honolulu for like a week, maybe 2. And some people have told me, Renee, don't you want to go to more like different states and different cities? And yes, I would love to. But on the other side, I would also love to just be able to lay on a beach for 2 days and don't do anything. Like, how nice is it if we will be able to just find a place that has lots of things to do? I mean, there's a whole island with things to do, to see people that live there, culture, because it's different. They even have their like own language. So yeah, I just think that is a great option, especially after how hard I've worked. Then when all of my time's up, that I would really enjoy just being able to be somewhere for a few minutes, because flying for me is really stressful. I used to hate flying, or hate flying is not the right word. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to fly. It was a big no-no. So it's really stressful for me. Traveling is always stressful for me because it's timed and things will go out of my control. Not that I'm such a control freak, but you know, I just want to make sure that I'm going to from A to B safely and everything works out like a plan, right? So flying is not my favorite thing to do. So if I would be able to stay somewhere and do a lot of things and see a lot of things, without having to fly from there to there to there to there, that would be really nice. So I think Honolulu is an absolute great option. So that's the plan for now. We don't have dates. We only have this time frame in which it is going to happen. So we haven't booked our flights yet, which has to happen soon. But we have to wait to see if other people are coming to join us. We also just want to make sure that it works out for both of our time here before we fly back home, because unfortunately my friend isn't that fortunate to have all of the money saved up also from back home yet, like I was able to do. So we also have to first save money to then see what flights we can afford, so that we can also afford staying there and doing things, because you don't want to spend all of your money on the one or the other and then just be stuck. So that is something we're waiting for, but we're going to book the flight soon. So whenever we are going to have an update, I will update you so that you can stay on top of things just because you're interested in what I'm doing. I don't know. And then when we actually get there, or when I'm actually going on my travel month, you can come along and I will show you pretty much every single day of what I'm going to do, because video diaries are a thing and I love taking you along with me as my friend. So that's why I'm making these videos right now as a first update. In January, I don't know if you heard that, but that was a very aggressive squirrel on my roof. Let's see if I'm missing something. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about all of the things you have to think about in your travel month, at least the things I have now experienced that you have to think about in your travel month. So I'm going to tell you about those as well, in case you are planning for your own travel month or just are curious about what it takes, I guess. No, or you just want to know, you know? So first thing is the money. Like I already said, how much are you going to need for your flights, your stay, roughly the activities, roughly for food every single day, and are you going to be able to save this in X amount of time? So think about that as soon as possible. I'm now thinking about that 6 months before it's happening, so that's like I think that's a great period of time to have. 2 is something less fun. It's your American bank account. So my bank in particular, disclaimer, it doesn't count for every single bank. My bank has this rule in which you cannot have pending transactions for a week before you close your account, because pending transactions could also come back to your account. Train. It's coming back in 10 minutes as well, so this is the best time that I could be filming right now, but it doesn't matter. So no pending transactions on your bank account for a week before you go and try to close your account. I really want to close my account when I leave here, because I don't want to pay like $10 a month to just have an account here, and I also don't want my name to be somewhere on an account that is going to be minus 500 in like 5 or 6 years. So I really want to close it. So how are you going to manage your money for at least 1 week, preferably longer, before you plan on closing your account, before you leave? Are you going to get a credit card? Are you going to pay with your card from home? Is this not going to cost you much more? Are you going to walk around with a lot of cash? I don't want to walk around with a lot of cash. I don't want it to happen that I get robbed or lose something and like lose all of my money. So how am I going to do that? I already have some plans. I'll update you on that next time in my next update, because I'm not completely sure yet how everything is going to work. But so money is a thing you have to think about as well. How are you going to manage that? Then there's your flights. What flights? When? How much is it going to be? Can I take luggage? How much luggage can I take? What luggage do I even need? Where am I going? What are the temperatures? How many days am I going? How much luggage will I need? Big thing. Am I going to be able to just go with my big Fjallraven backpack and my little carry-on suitcase? Because most of the flights allow a personal item, which would be my backpack, kind of, and then something that can go under the seat or like above you, which is going to be your little carry-on suitcase. How big can the carry-on suitcase be? Does my carry-on suitcase fall under all of those rules? I didn't even know where to start So my friend already did this before, so we were looking at different sites to like look at all of the things that can go together. And I luckily also have people in my family that are frequent flyers, so I'm sure that if I have questions, I can go and ask them. So most of it we've already like mapped out, but that is definitely something you need to think about. And the stuff that isn't going with you, your luggage that is going to go home with you, where is that gonna go? Do you have a host family that you have a good enough bond with to leave your stuff with them? Great, do it. But if you don't, if you really need to leave or you can't come back to them, or you have travel plans in which you are gonna leave from the city where you're traveling to then travel home, are you able to take all of your luggage with you? How much luggage is that going to be? What are the fines for the luggage that you're going to take with you at that time? Like, where is your like personal stuff going to be while you are traveling? A good one to think about as well. And then the last one, I think, yeah, this one just applies to me pretty much, but of course I want to take you, so I want to take my camera. Now, my camera currently has a 128 gigabytes card in it. Is that going to be enough? I surely hope so, but still, I, for Christmas, ordered a USB for myself with the same amount of gigs, and I'll probably be taking my tablet to do some editing on when I'm flying, or whatever I'm gonna do with it while I'm on my travels. So with my tablet, I will be able to like get my stuff off of my camera on the tablet, and then with the tablet I can like edit it and then put it on the little USB to then have the footage for later, because I'm definitely not planning on spending my vacation editing the videos. That is something that's gonna happen later as this kind of after fun, I guess. Just keep in mind what you're planning to do there and what supplies you might need, because then you can look at what sales are going to be happening, which is what I did, which was a Best Buy sale on all the things that save gigabytes and data. So got some USB sticks for, what was it, like 35% of the normal price. So know what you need and sign up for the newsletters that will tell you whenever those things are going to be available for less money. I think that's a great tip. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of things to think about and that I already thought about, but I still feel like I'm forgetting something on this list or forgetting something in general. But you know, I still have time, which is the great part about starting this early. Many people don't think it's early. I think it is, but it saves me stress, so that's good. If you have any questions concerning whatever I have just told you, or for your own travel month, maybe what sites I used, whatever, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to tell you more about those things, either down there or in another update video. That would be great. Just let me know, let me know, let me know. Also, if you're just as excited as me, great, let me know. Because I'm getting really excited and it feels like it's really far away. But you know, January has almost flown by. So I don't know, it might feel like it's going to be yesterday that I'm talking about this when it's finally time to go. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Great that you were here, that you stayed here the whole time until now. I really appreciate you. I wanted to say that. And if you appreciate this video, and if you like this video, please let me and the YouTube algorithm know by clicking the like button in this, like in the description, I wanted to say, but that's not right. It's just down there. So please, 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 because it does really help. It does help the algorithm, but you've probably heard this a million times from different YouTubers as well. So I guess you know what to do, right? Okay, Thank you guys so much for watching again, and see you guys later. Bye! That was great! That was great! That went so well! Not too long either. Oh, I hope it looks good!